Well. It's Friday. It's the Friday edition of News Review. And for our listeners, this is 89.7 Contact FM, and you're just in time for News Review, the Friday edition. So it's about time that you crank up the volume and pray and hope that the boys in blue are not brooding somewhere around your hood, man.
The boys in blue.
Lest you get arrested for some noise making.
Being a Friday, they might come knocking.
Yeah,
the weekend is smelling just around the corner. So
right.
Yeah, they're tying up the knots. Morning, Michael.
Morning to you.
How's everything, sir?
Wow, my night was awesome. Slept like a baby.
Yeah.
And then being a Friday, man, it's kind of hard getting out of bed. But when I think of Friday edition of News Review,
you have to wake up and throw that bed shit away.
Make it here.
Very true. What's interesting, Michael?
Oh, quite a number of things,
Yeah.
I love, the Friday edition, we'd love pretty much to take a look at what's trending. And very, very interesting
that
things.
laugh tells me something.
It's because I had quite a number of interesting things.
Yes.
Let me start with Mr. Obama.
What has Mr. Obama done this time around?
Obama. Okay, like I put it, before started the show, I was speaking to Eugene about half an hour ago. How about Moses? If you your boss, the big man in the organization gives your wife a very nice warm kiss.
Okay, just reverse it again. My boss kisses my wife.
Yes.
Where? On the foot?
On the cheek.
On the forehead?
On the cheek.
Oh, yes, that makes sense now.
How does it feel? It feels nice, huh?
No. Some bosses misbehave. So, don't just rejoice by that kiss from the boss.
Okay.
Yes.
So that brought a lot of trouble, I tell you.
Yes.
And this guy was told Obama, don't touch my girlfriend.
Oh, is it the video I saw during, I don't know, some, election or stuff like that?
That one.
I think I saw that video. That thing, that video really tells me one thing,
Yes.
Obama, as you've seen Obama, is this kind of president. They call him the freestyle president. He's a guy who just jumps off the plane, jacket in hand, walks like any other normal guy, greets every other soldier, salutes, gets into office. He's just a freestyle guy.
Yeah.
And I think the way he grew up, is someone, if, you trace his background, you've seen the likes of places he has been to, living in Africa, talk of Nairobi, living in the ghetto. As he grew up, I think it got to mold him and, make him appreciate everyone. At the end of the day, he's someone who can, sink into every group and fit in there.
Man, I tell you, I wanted to give you a little bit of the, of that conversation.
Yes.
That was there between Obama and that lady, and I can tell you it was quite interesting. Very, very.
You have the words or you have the video?
No. I have the words.
Yeah.
But I think I'm missing it somewhere here. Where is it?
No, but
anyway, I'll get back to it.
I had the guy, tell Obama, don't touch my girl.
Yeah. And then Obama was like, I wasn't even really planning on it.
Yeah. I saw the part when trying to defend himself. He's like, I wasn't planning on that.
But generally, Obama is this kind of guy that is this kind of president that would love to play this cool image. Easy, a laid back kind of presidency. Though on the other hand, at times, he's trying to be quite firm and. Okay, one thing I could say about that, okay, Mike, we can look at from the soft part of Obama. Yes.
But at the end of the day, it's politics.
Got it.
It's a strategy in politics.
Now,
leaders right now, they've realized that one thing they need to do is to network with the youth population, to fit or sink into the youth population. Look at every president around. They try to come up with things or maybe say things to impress the youth. So when Obama does such a thing to a young chap with his girlfriend, he knows it's something that is going to interest the youth population. Look at that video. How many views does it have? very, very many views.
Very
Through
many
such
views.
views, now the way they view their president,
Yes.
it changes. They have a good perception on him. They think he's a good president, a jovial president. Look, this across the border here, the same things have been happening all over. So I think as much as
Across the border where?
I won't
Man, you've
mention.
traveled East
I won't.
Africa.
I've been around East
Tell
Africa.
me places.
You know that.
Tell me where you've been, brother.
But you'll just sit as a political strategy whereby the politicians have realized that the youth at the end of the day, their vote matters. And for you to get a youth's vote, trust me, you have to prove to this youth, you have to show this youth that you're of interest to their interest. Yeah.
And so, you're feeling like such was the case with this Obama kind of thing.
This is a political stance, my friend Michael. These are just political stance, and we've got to see this everywhere. They always do that on camera to impress. Yeah.
Here, what Obama remarked. He was like, after that, when he told this guy, like, I wasn't really planning on it. And then,
Yes.
And then he goes ahead to say, there. Pointing at like that guy, there's an example of a brother just embarrassing you, just for no reason whatsoever. No reason whatsoever.
He's even saying, I even love the joke itself, the way he puts, like an example of a brother out to embarrass you for nothing. That even the statement itself is catchy.
But finally,
you read, yeah.
Let me just finish now the tale. The unfolding drama.
Yes.
The president then gave Cooper a hug and a peck on the cheek, saying, "Give me a kiss," and gave him something to talk about. Now he's really jealous.
No, but I think the boyfriend must have been enjoying it. He's going to be like, my girlfriend will go, I don't know, or maybe the girlfriend herself. She's going to be like, I was kissed by the president, the most powerful man on earth,
But you see, the guy, mwanaume alikuwa may catch feelings.
No. She's already now a celebrity, I could tell, because if you look at the views on that YouTube video.
The thing is, this is not about the lady, it's about the guy who's feeling
the guy, okay, Obama is one guy that, you couldn't, like feel that he's trying to snatch a woman from you. If President Kagame, like kissed my wife on the cheek, that could be something I could be like, oh my goodness, because the last thing I could think of is President Kagame snatching away my woman. It's the last thing I could think of.
Right.
So the jealous thing, I don't think it could, like be cropping up in the whole issue. Yes.
Okay. Now, just wanted again to throw you somewhere else.
Yeah. Bring me back home.
No, I'm not yet bringing you back home.
Don't take me to Dubai.
No, I am taking you to Dubai. Though right now, Fly Dubai, our sponsors of the program, are now flying to Tanzania.
Oh,
to 3 different
great.
destinations in Tanzania.
I'm going to Dar es Salaam. Yes.
Very soon.
I hear someone is performing there.
I know, and I know that my brother Moses here loves to travel East Africa.
I've been around East Africa.
You've been around East Africa.
But did you see some? No, before you even take me there, brother, I was just perusing through the Society magazine of the New Times.
Yes.
Then there is something they're touching on prostitution. Actually, they've done a spread. They've done a spread of, the prostitution issue.
Yes.
Like from the red light district to armchair clientele. There's another one of being a prostitute for 10 years.
Yeah.
And why is prostitution on the increase? That is the big question there.
Why is prostitution on the increase? Okay, I've also read through that article, though not entirely. The section where we have the person saying, being in prostitution for 10 years. I didn't get through to that part. But going by, I think the earlier bits I did read, it's about low earnings and some would like to substitute, or for others, it's just a lack of any source of income, and they'll just love and they just want to go for it. But I don't know in how many countries or nations, be it Africa or even out there,
yes,
that have been able to, do away with prostitution. In one way, prostitution has always been it's like a tradition, and it's always been
as you understand,
a part of
prostitution,
the social, the entertainment world of each and every society.
No, one could tell you that prostitution is the oldest profession
in the world.
in the world on earth. Let me say on earth is the oldest like a profession. But now like when I okay, R.I.P. my old grandpa. When I used to sit with my grandfather, he used to tell me stories from the past.
Yes.
Very interesting stories from the past. He tells me like his days at the days they could drive the cows to the river to sip up some water. Then they find a group of girls. Then the muscular guy has to fight for the lady. At the end of the day, if he puts the opponent down, trust me, he's bedding that lady on the grass. Can you imagine? Those were the days when things could be done, like without any worries behind them. I couldn't say that was prostitution. That was tradition. But now,
that was tradition.
Moving into this world now, it's a world whereby a woman sees me, I see a woman, the next thing I should think of is she clean? She gonna be like, is he clean? So prostitution has been there, is there, and trust me, is gonna be there. But at the end of the day, the now prostitution and the then prostitution, there's a very big gap between them. Now look at diseases coming up. Look at everything coming up. You could speak of the economic hard times as you're trying to pull it up. But to me, I really don't think that for an upright human being, you can give me justification of doing prostitution for the purpose of making money. Listen to all these testimonies like they keep giving every other day. It's not that, look, maybe I'm hating on a sister or something. Somebody tells you of how she has been in prostitution for 10 years, 9 years, 7 years, 20 years. And at the end of the day, she sees the tunnel, starts up something that makes her somebody. So you wonder, for all this time you've been doing that, the illegal act to the community, I won't even say the constitution or whatever, is to the community itself. Then at the end of the day, you're claiming you're waking up from a slumber. I don't think a woman who's upright with hands and, like a brain you've been given freely by God, or Allah for the Muslims, I could say, then you can justify the act of prostitution. So I think prostitution, as I could say, to my own opinion, nowadays is not even for the money. Trust me, it's not even for the money. It's just for the feel, for the class. Move around bars. You find a very young, beautiful lady. She has parents. She's been provided for. She has everything she needs. But at the end of the day, she needs to get this kind of man who's gonna buy her the latest phone in the shelves, who's gonna, be driving her on the latest car mod in town for lunch.
Of course, when reading on other beats, I realized that there are different classes actually.
Yeah.
And what you're talking about, Moses, is not that entirely that's what prostitution has come to be per se. But there's that class. That's just another class of
it's the larger class, trust me.
Of prostitution.
It's the larger class.
Yet there are those who just, point blank, they tell you that they're there just to get something for the day. They don't know how else or what else. Though, of course, you bring in the perception of, God has given us, given these women ability to work and do this, do that. But the bitter truth is the fact that already the moral fibers have been corrupted before, and it could have been through many other ways. Particularly when you look at these things, you realize this thing, it had some long-term root somewhere far way back, and people go out there. You have entertainment, and you'd want to have one of these women. But when you look at them, when you look at the issues again deeply, you'd realize it's a deep-rooted issue, far back to something else again.
No, but I don't think you can justify that, Michael, by saying it's something that has been there, and can't be changed. There is nothing that has existed
thing is this, Moses,
that can't be altered.
Moses, that I don't know of statistics of other places where they've been able to do away with it totally. It's like, I think it's like talking about corruption. It's like it's something that people time and again they've talked about it. They've done this and that.
Yeah.
Yes, these numbers can be kept on the down low, but it's something that it's, I think, for every government or any system across the world, they've not been able to deal with it. But just a thought. See some other
I
countries.
love.
See
Okay.
some other countries that have legalized prostitution.
I was, don't tell me. I want to speak on the African context. Don't tell me about the Western boys and all that stuff. There is something very interesting, when I'm looking at the views of some of, the guys who put the views on the New Times. I love what Amanda Gisa is talking about. I'll just read for you two statements. He says, I think girls have to accept that life is not all about good things. Yes, you have to work hard to earn that flat screen, a good car, and even a good job. I love this guy.
He's
Don't tell me, Michael, that every woman out there practicing prostitution, she's doing it out of problems to make money. Those cases, they're there, trust me. But nowadays, those cases are very minimal. You find a woman, she has a day job. Yes. Maybe she's working in a restaurant or stuff like that. Right. But because she needs this extra life that she can't afford to live,
yes,
she has to go an extra mile, sell her body. That's why you find the likes of these young girls, as Amand is speaking in a suggestion, what he's talking about is real.
Okay.
To earn that good life, you have to work. Don't tell me that you're going to sit in a bar the whole night, waiting for this man to, to hunt on it. I won't justify
Moses,
that.
Let me toss things around here a little bit, and take it to another story.
Okay, sure.
Just on a slightly related platform. This guy called Sonko Tijan. I don't know if you saw the story. It's also been trending across the week. This guy called Sonko Tijan is 28 years old. He's Gambian, but living in Australia.
Yeah.
Now, this guy was arrested for the simple fact of having many women. In this particular order, 4 wives, 7 fiancés, 2 other girls who are pregnant. Yeah. Already, he has fathered 4 kids with some. So those are 4 other women. Now, and back home in Gambia, he has a family. Not family like brother and sister, pana. Family as in wife and kids.
Yeah.
So he got arrested for that simple particular fact.
So what's the crime?
Now, and then this guy, for most of these women, they tend to say he's been taking money from us, saying that this is a loan, asking like a loan to go maybe and help do some stuff back home. And see this kind of situation now. Is it not the flip side of a prostitute man?
No. A brother is trying to make a living.
Yes.
When I'm looking at his case, I couldn't say it's prostitution. Maybe the guy is, maybe deep-rooted in his... Where is he from? Gambia?
Yes, he's from Gambia.
This is an African dude. And as you understand, we, in our tradition as Africans, polygamy is accepted. As long as I can take care of my women, as long as I can feed my children, give them an education, I have no problem with that. I can have as many wives as I want. That's in our, cultural setup. I don't know about yours. In ours, it's accepted. But now, the part of extortion,
yeah.
I see the point you're trying to put across is like these guys maybe extorting money from the women. But one question is, are they giving out the money willingly or is conning them?
Willingly, out of
where's the crime here? Where's the crime here?
Sweet words.
If I come, that's why maybe he has ended up, dating all these women.
This guy was arrested just for a simple fact of bigamy. Which is, according to the laws there, it's illegal. That was just the point. But if anything or anyway,
did they deport
all
him?
these women willingly walked into these relationships with him.
That is it. That's my point. The thing is, I don't. Okay, maybe to their laws, it is a crime. But when it comes to the women and this part of money thing, I don't think a brother's made any mistake. Because at the end of the day, if I talk a woman into my bedroom or into my life, let me just put on a wider perspective. If I talk a woman into my life, it's a choice she makes. It's a choice I make that I want her. And it's a choice that she makes that I'll fall into his trap.
Okay. How about this very quickly before we wind this up on the top, at the mid hour.
Yeah.
How about no sex or kissing in campus?
Do I call it a myth?
No
Do I have the right
no
word?
sex or kissing in campus. I mean, seriously, is this going to work in the 21st century? In the University of Zimbabwe,
Maybe.
they introduced that particular law, and they told the students there's no sex or kissing in campus. They actually sent a circulars to the residence halls, authorities of the university, and they said any student caught in any intimate position, such as kissing or having sex in public places, would be punished.
Oh, now that makes sense. Now that's the law, That law is like this, Michael. Kiss, have sex in campus, but make sure the authorities don't catch you. That is the rule. So don't tell me that, in campus, look, in the 21st century.
And
don't tell me these kids, they even kiss in class, man. Come on. I had an opportunity one time to tutor class in college. Trust me, man. You turn to the board, what these kids are doing behind your back. Trust me. Now you're telling me about.
They're getting busy now. They get busy behind
now you're
you.
giving me. It was. And you're giving me a case of they've been given rooms. They've given, we call them dormitories or what? Yeah. And you're telling me that these kids don't want to do that?
Hostels. And even now they're saying it's unlawful for a different member of sex to invite the opposite member of sex to their rooms. So like guys cannot call ladies to their rooms, and now the national student body, university body for the university students, had to come out and speak strongly against this, and they said this is archaic, it's repressive, it's evil.
No, but you see Uncle Mugabe. Uncle Mugabe is from another century. These kids are from another century. So you get the gap in between there.
So, but do you think this has directly to do with
No.
The president?
I don't know. You need to talk about laws and regulations. I just made a slight comment, just off the hook. But at the end of the day, what maybe the university authorities are trying to do is maybe to maintain the morals within campus, which is a good move.
Yes.
But at the end of the day now, to the practical world, Michael, I don't think these kids at their ages and what they have gone through, these are kids who even marry while in campus. They are fiancés in campus. So what are you telling me, that they won't have sex? They won't kiss in campus? It's good. It's a good way maybe to try to nab them morals. But at the end of the day, I don't think in the practical world it's gonna work out.
It's not really going to work.
If you're going to suspend them or expel them, I think you have to suspend the whole school.
And one thing I've learned about human nature is the fact that whenever you tell people no, that's when they do it. There's this guy who tried and experimented one day. he was experimenting with kids, so his sons and his children had the neighbors' children come over, and they were playing. There were many kids in the backyard, and then he went and said, as they were playing, and told them, "Don't spit on the flower. Let nobody spit on the flower." Then he went back to the house. So he was peeping through the window, and what he noticed is from the time he gave the rule of them not to spit on the flower
is when they began the real spitting.
That's when about two of them went and spat on the flower. They didn't even notice the flower was there, but until the rule came, is when about two went and spat on the flower, and the others were just around there, salivating and wishing they had the courage to do the same, And you just say practically,
it's like when
when you're telling people not to do this, that's when they're going to do it.
Like if you want to keep your secret best. Tell it to Michael and tell Michael, don't tell anyone. That's the best way to keep a secret. If you're going to tell Michael, never tell anyone. Trust me, by the time you're done with that talk, Michael is also going to tell someone not to tell someone else. And it goes around the circle.
And it becomes a big story.
That is it.
Okay. I think then on that note, we wrap up this edition of News Review, the Friday edition of News Review on 89.7 Contact FM. I have been your host, Michael Kiche, alongside my panelists today. I had only Moses Mekenya on the show this Friday morning. So until next week on Monday again, when the new week starts, I hope that you're going to enjoy your weekend and don't hang out in one of those places, man.
Oh yeah.
You know it.
It's a weekend, Michael.
You know it. Kigali.
Yeah.
Enjoy your weekend.